Hi everybody, I'm Mark Kesseloff with Goosehead Insurance in Severna Park, Maryland.
And I'm Erin Lewis. Hashtag fly with the flock. Hashtag grow the goose. That's what we're all about here at Goosehead Insurance. So one of the most important coverages that you carry is liability insurance. Most people will overlook it, but it's the most important coverage that you carry because it protects your assets and it protects your income. And if you're making money and you have stuff to protect, you're going to want to make sure that you have more than what the state minimum requirement is. So in the state of Maryland, the minimum requirement that's enforced, that if somebody says, I need to get coverage on my car because I need to get it on the road, the minimum requirement is $30,000 for injuries to one person, $60,000 for injuries to all people, and $15,000 for property damage. $15,000 for property damage, I don't know about you guys, but I see a lot of cars on the road worth more than $15,000, right? You do not want to rear end that Mercedes and then be responsible for fixing it because you don't have the right liability limits. And I see it time and time again. Even people who make really good money end up with those low liability limits because they want to pay the lowest insurance premiums. And sometimes there are smarter, more effective ways of doing that, and Mark and I can show you, our team can show you how to do that. Sometimes it's increasing deductibles, sometimes it's just bundling differently, sometimes it's just a different carrier altogether that wants your business, but you may need higher liability limits to protect your assets and your income, and it's incredibly important that you review that and determine if you need more or less or what exactly it is. It's sort of like financial advising, right? You wouldn't go to any financial advisor and say, hey, help me with my plan, unless they asked you a bunch of questions and helped you understand that. I think that is imperative and important when it comes to shopping for insurance, because at the end of the day, if you cause a major accident or somebody gets seriously injured on your property because you were negligent in some way, you're going to want to make sure that the coverage is going to cover what you need.
One of the things I really love about Goosehead Insurance is our minimums are higher than the state minimums. The minimums that we'll do are $50,000, $100,000, and then $50,000 for property. In addition, we will highly recommend customers, depending on what their assets are, to consider an umbrella policy, which is that drop-down coverage for coverage for liability above and beyond your homeowner's insurance policy and your auto insurance policy.
Here's what I'll tell you, that as a caveat to that, is that over the years of doing these evaluations, if a family makes more than $80,000 and owns a home, 9 times out of 10 you're going to need an umbrella policy to properly protect your assets. So if you're in that scenario and you haven't evaluated your portfolio in a while, give us a ring.
Yeah, absolutely. And the company corporate-wide is appointed with over 80 plus A-rated carriers. Locally here out of our agency, we're appointed with about 23 carriers. And they're all the big names that you would be affiliated or familiar with outside of the captive companies that are out there. So Nationwide, Encompass, Travelers, just to name a few. But we're also appointed with some smaller A-plus rated carriers that are looking to make more of a presence in this specific area. And that gives us a significant amount of flexibility for customers, especially new home buyers, when they're looking at getting homeowners insurance.